That's a fun little save jingle. I dig it. Save up. All right. So far, so good. If it's just a 2 trial day thing, we did the first trial day and now we're doing the second trial day. If this is all it is for this case, then we should be able to finish this before stream is over. That'd be really nice. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Hello. Bro, if I hadn't already been spoiled on the fact that Dahlia is a villain, I would absolutely immediately assume she was evil just based on this introduction. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. It's never been more obvious that this person is evil. I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. All right, guys, all right. Mia, just pull out a gun and shoot her. Shoot Payne while you're at it. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. All right, guys, listen. There's no need to be simps about this. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Yo, listen. Mia is like, I'm being 100% honest here. Mia is like a 10 out of 10. Dahlia is like, at best, like maybe a 7 out of 10. Probably more like a 6. Why on earth are they like, oh, we'll do anything for you, Dahlia, when Mia is so much better looking? Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. Ah, she's a literature student. Suddenly it all makes sense. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The most obviously evil person I've ever seen in my... I wish that I hadn't been spoiled that she's evil so that I could just immediately say that she was evil, because it is so clear. The honor is all mine. Also, the game has not introduced anyone who could possibly be the murderer other than Dahlia, because, like, Doug is dead, we know it's not Phoenix, so the only option to be the one who did this is Dahlia. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Sir, is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know Feeny. I want to... can we hang her? Firing squad. Guillotine. So many murder methods. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Here we go. What are these butterflies doing? I had been planning to go back to Phoenix's place after class was over. Sorry, something in my throat there. Phoenix and Doug, I'm not saying these stupid nicknames. Phoenix and Doug, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Doug got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Phoenix noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Oh my goodness. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Please kill him. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey. Oh, so you two actually know each other. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before once. Okay, well, that makes sense because the reason Mia is taking this case is because she wants to solve the case from like 8 months ago, right? Which I assume Dahlia was the murderer in the case 8 months ago. And Mia knows that, but wasn't able to, like, get her convicted. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. That's so sad that she said yet, because she'll never be a grandmother. Aw, I hate that Mia dies in this franchise. Alright. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Phoenix, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. What are you going to do with that degree? What are you going to do with a degree like that, you idiot? Aha, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. I've mentioned this before in playthroughs, but I don't like poetry. I understand, like, the concept behind poetry, but I personally find poetry very boring and a waste of time. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Oh, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I once enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. Don't judges normally have, like, back doors that they enter through? How else would you enter? Teleportation? I thought the judges normally had their own private entrances. So who is this Doug person? I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Doug, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. Do you even have parents? That's right, Miss Fey. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please go on. What did you see next? Hold it. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Phoenix never did a thing to Doug. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Don't I have something in the court record where Phoenix said that he pushed him? This doesn't? Okay, that doesn't. So, like, Phoenix admitted to pushing him. I just don't know if I'm able to... Whatever, I'm gonna push it. Oh, no, wait, I accidentally said I'll leave it alone. I suppose your statement works in our favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to come back to that. What did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. No, not forgiven. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Yeah. Please, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. Hold it. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. Students knew what was going on? Press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew exactly what had happened, that they knew what had happened, words. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was just so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that has to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Where's the one? This one. I want to push this one. Alright. Oh, wait, no, I have to show a contradiction. I can't just push for info. I looking for here? When you say students, yada yada, fond of drugs, stay on topic. In the end, I went, I'm not going. 10 research students came running out. They all seemed to know what was going on. Students knew what was going on. Press for details. How the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited, yada yada. Don't gonna get any information on the students. Okay. Yeah, she's telling a super obvious lie. She's just pretending to protect Wright. Can I not just say that, like, she's lying? Like, Phoenix said that he pushed the dude? What evidence could I show here to prove that? Maybe I can mention the, like, you didn't see the electric wires and, like, the fence breaking and what? Or not the fence, the umbrella breaking. Fence. What did I mean, fence? Maybe I could show that, potentially? That's all I can think of. That's all I can think of. I'm gonna go for it. I don't really see how this is gonna work. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Objection! Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I can badger whoever I want. You're not the boss of me. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition? That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Oh, I don't actually have to chew. Oh. This entire time I was like, I need to figure out what evidence I'm going to show, and Mia is just going to show the picture for me. Awesome. I didn't even have to guess. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. I love Mia's smug grin there. It's such a good profile. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. I didn't see the moment he pushed Doug. All right. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Doug fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. Didn't hear anything unusual. That doesn't match up with what Phoenix said. So then what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Okay, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Ah, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. You didn't hear anything unusual. All right, well, Phoenix did, so lab 7. Easy. You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. The hair flip into the smug smirk. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You had your AirPods in, didn't you? You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Well. Can you even fit headphones on that hairstyle? Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. Thor? What? So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor. As you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia, that testimony just now, she said something that could totally change this whole case. What, did she say something? Didn't Phoenix say that it was like a light rain? There shouldn't be lightning happening, right? Or is it, did she say that she heard something earlier, but then now she's saying she's listening to music? It's not the didn't hear anything bit, it's listening to music or lightning. I'm pretty sure that Phoenix said it was just a light rain. So there shouldn't be lightning or thunder. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yeah, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Okay, yeah. Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fey. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? This is not where I thought this contradiction was going at all. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fey. Get over it, loser. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because? Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Your Honor, I would like to update the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4-9 at 2:55. Okay. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been. Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Fey, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. I can read. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Get stating. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Good question. Uh-huh. I mean, I think Dahlia did it, right? I don't think it could be a what? Unless it's the umbrella, actually? Bro is 49. Honestly, his hairline isn't that bad for 49, I'll admit it. It could be Doug, actually. Would it? No. No. Because that would mean that Doug... I mean, I think it was Dahlia. Because I know that she's evil. How would I prove that it's Dahlia, though? I guess it's gotta be the umbrella. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Okay, well, that's not it. That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Yeah, that was harsh. Harsh? Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well, then, let's hear it. Who or what? Oh, I didn't lose any health for that? Thank goodness. Well, it's not the umbrella. It's not the medicine. Or is it? No, why would it be the medicine? I can't use... I don't think the crime photos... I don't think I can use those. Is there anything here that shows what it could be? So it's got to be a person. It's not... It's got to be one of these three idiots. I don't think it's Doug, so it must be Dahlia. Or I guess it's Phoenix? Like, it must be Dahlia somehow. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor. Okay, nope, he's mad again. Yeah, it snapped. Yeah. All right, well, I can just press triangle on everything, apparently, without losing any health. It was Phoenix? Your Honor. Okay, this is different, so it was this. It's Phoenix. I don't understand how I was supposed to guess that it's Phoenix, but I guess that's why they don't have you lose any health here. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. Oh, did he say something and I just don't remember that exact sentence? I still stand by the way, maybe the worst thing about the Ace Attorney games is that there is not a chat log thing like there is in Persona. It is very, very annoying that I can't, like, double back to check stuff, so if I happen to forget, like, one line out of the many, many dozens of lines of text I have to read in this game, if I don't remember that, like, oh, well, Phoenix said that it was, like, a light rain the other day, then there's no way for me to look at anything to get that intel, and I just have to guess. I don't have a great memory, so I really don't like that. The defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct words? Yes, that sounds right. Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Okay. Yes, the prosecution also came to the same conclusion, and it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. Objection. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. He had his testimony. Oh, did the testimony from Phoenix in evidence say what it was? I don't think that this really tells me what I'm asking for, though, Butter. The victim fell on his umbrella. There was a loud sound. That's not what I mean. I don't think that that's a very good showing of how to figure it out either. I think that it would have been much better if I had a chat log that I could go back in and see Phoenix's exact testimony. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, which apparently the Ace Attorney games do get a chat log later, I'm being told, which is a huge improvement. Huge improvement. Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. No! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. I can't wait until we get to the Deuteronomies of my enemy. That's what I'm here for. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be... Ah, dang it, I double tapped. There doesn't seem to be any... Whatchamacallit here. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What? What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? Your Honor, I move that, this woman be executed in public. Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What I Witnessed, Part 2. truth is, Phoenix pushed him twice. What? Did the fingerprints on the jacket show that? The first time was into the electric pole, that's when the cable broke. Then Doug tried his best to run away from him, but Phoenix caught up and crashed into him from behind. Hello? The cable snapping and Doug being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. What? So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away, and that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Phoenix, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Pardon me, taking a drink of water. Now then, Miss Fey, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Yeah, that was a load of malarkey, Your Honor. I'd like to move that, I don't even know why I'd like to move that she be thrown in contempt of court. That never happens in this game, in this franchise. Hold it! Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Doug. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to protect Phoenix. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know, Mr. Judge. Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? She is the most obviously guilty person I have ever seen before in my life. Of course you wouldn't. What you just did is perjury. Oh, come now, it's just a little old white lie. Miss Mia Fey, you clearly don't understand. We don't believe in perjury in this courtroom. It's not a real thing. It's like the boogeyman. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, all right? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Beware, Your Honor. Press Dahlia's claim that Phoenix pushed him twice. What a weird drovey. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look it, but Phoenix can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. An imp? Butter, you're so right. Perjury is a myth made up by Big Pharma. That's so true. Oh, really? But I never imagined he would cause an electrical cable to break. Phoenix really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. So true. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold. Miss Fey, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I asked a question, bro. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? I'm sorry, what? That was so out of pocket what she just said. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madam Fey, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? Mister, my Phoenix wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Cable snap and Doug, it all occurred in less than a minute. Wait, that's not, wait, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. His time of death is 3 p.m., but the time that the snap happened and all the noise happened was 2:55. That can't have happened in less than a minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. Yeah, but, like, it could have also been a really cool moment to behold, right? Like, because you looked away, you don't even know if when he got electrocuted that it, like, lit up his skeleton like in a Looney Tunes sketch. Like, that could have been very important intel. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Thank Mia. Yeah, it's got to be at the very end. All occurred in less than a minute. This is impossible. Yeah, okay, cool. That was very obvious. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Phoenix likes to take for his cold. That's not the medicine I want. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. I can read. It's the wristwatch. Oh, I could have looked at the wristwatch to figure this out? That's fair. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Fey? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court? What is this all about? This is nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? I love Mia's smirk, bro. Why can't Mia be the main character of this franchise? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Fey, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? Yeah, it's gotta be Dahlia. There's no other unique character. Yeah, I already know that it's Dahlia because I've been spoiled. Also, it's obvious that she's a freak from everything that she does and says. And also on top of that, there is no other unique character that I can accuse. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fey. Now then, Miss Fey, let's have it. Who is the real killer? Dahlia Hawthorne. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Where? How? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Miss Fey. What? I mean, why? That is to say. Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! How can you say something so mean, Madam Fey? I didn't do anything. Miss Fey, this is a very serious charge. You are... Is that Phoenix? Yeah. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Don't say that you killed him because you're worried about Dahlia, I swear. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fey. Dahlia, she couldn't do something like that. All right, so I already know that Phoenix is a moron because he's a moron in the other two games too. But man, he used to be even more of a moron. That's crazy. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man! No! Leave my Dolly alone, idiot. Ah, that boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Ah, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Yo, way to go, man. I mean, you're no gumshoe, but thanks. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. What? That's why Mia is so invested. Okay. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Lies and slander. Sniff. Go right ahead. Madam Fey, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Doug? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Weep. Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Phoenix. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe that girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive could be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, knowing ahead of time that Dahlia is a villain, by the way, I did not expect her to be the tutorial case. Yo, this music? Is this the first time this track played? Did they play this in any of the earlier testimonies? This goes pretty hard. I like it. First met my darling Phoenix 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. There's no way that you saw Phoenix and his spiky hair and your heart skipped a beat. I refuse to believe that. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-dovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. All right, Your Honor, I move that Phoenix be shot. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. Finally, he deserves it. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. That's what's Grossberg. I don't know why that was so funny to me. Hold it! So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle, ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. You're so old, bro, just retire. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. Hold it! The courthouse reading room, that's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Fey. After all, Phoenix was. Phoenix was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. Then why is he studying art? I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Fey, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Nah, keep pressing. I believe. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well, young lady, I got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. What are you? You're a student about haikus. You're a literature student. You're writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld? What? Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. No, it doesn't. Poetry is boring. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff. Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Gotta stretch a little bit. And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Oh, wait, didn't I already read it? I already read it, didn't I? Or no, wait, is this something different? Oh, this is different. I didn't read this. Thank you for reminding me. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando. Oh, I actually know what Diego looks like. I've seen that character before. Age, 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, so Dahlia killed this Diego guy. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Okay. Well, let's finish pushing you first. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Yeah, fair. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Phoenix is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. No! Your Honor, I move that you must tell me objectively how attractive Phoenix Wright is on a scale of 1 to 10. I want the judge's opinion on this. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might be shocked. I am shocked! You have a wife? He's telling the truth. It was shocking. Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. Okay. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Phoenix. Okay, so you think he's ugly. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, not at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh, are you sure? Yes, it seems they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her? Press. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see, what a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. They do know that Mia is like 4 years older than Dahlia, right? By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife. All right, he's definitely trying to cheat on her. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see? So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. Yeah, obviously, bro. Clearly. Met him 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's reading room. I'd come to the courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Okay, well, you definitely did not come to the courthouse to research a paper you were writing. That's a lie. Do I have anything that can say otherwise, though? Because, like, I know that Dahlia is bad. She did not, like, and it's obvious, she's very obviously guilty. She must have come here to, like, do something to the court reading room down there. I don't know what, but she wasn't writing a report. It was something about her, it was something about the murder she did, presumably. Can I just show the police report and be like, you didn't come here for a paper, you came here about this? Let's save the game and find out. Let's save the game and find out. I can do that. Nice. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Yeah, that was the only thing that was, like, obviously a lie. Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? Objection! What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fey? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? This gives me major, Ace Attorney 1 vibes. This whole past, like, court case thing. Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! Order! This is unbelievable! I still haven't gotten my McFlurry! It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide even the worst thorns or whatever that was. They skipped the dialogue. Miss Fey, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. What are you talking about? I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. Liar. She's lying. She's a liar, chat. She's lying. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. No, you've really lit a fire in my heart. I'm not reading the rest of this. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed. No. All right, the game would be better without Grossberg, I've decided. The poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but tricks are for kids. But I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. Ah! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. The poisoning. Alright. I don't know, I mean, she must have done it. I don't know where I'm gonna catch a contradiction here, though. I do know I'm gonna take a drink of my water, though. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, what the? Oh, Koji just came up behind me and sneezed. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. That's annoying. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Okay, Your Honor, Dahlia is into astrology. I move that she immediately be imprisoned for 20 to life. Don't worry, Dahlia, I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Phoenix, please. Gag, those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. Yeah, pretty disgusting. How could Phoenix, after going through this, ever step foot in a courtroom ever again, bro? How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the bathroom? What are you saying, Miss Fey? Bathroom? My perfect... Okay. You heard the defendant, Miss Fey. Better luck next time. Oh, Phoenix, please. Police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. I can't believe that women don't use the bathroom. That's crazy. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? 2 teaspoons worth. Next question, Your Honor. Let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's 1.5 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. Hold it. Special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Okay, but they detected it, so... Where would something like that come from? I'm sorry, all I know is that what I overheard the policemen saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive, most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? Okay, if Dahlia did it, how did she get super poison? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you, because no one could show how you would have gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Fey. She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Fey's questions. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison, so I have to show how she obtained the poison. Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great, now just how did a literature student get a hold of poison of all things? Probably from the apothecary student? Right? Or pharmacology? Not apothecary, I used the wrong word. The pharmacology student that she was dating, Your Honor? I'm so smart. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. Obviously, you would know how to get the poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison meant specifically for Cusco. You know, Cusco's poison. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Is this the pursuit music for this game? It's a good track, but like, I feel like I can't recall a time I played a series of games where, like, the theme music progressively got worse and worse. Like, the pursuit music in the first Phoenix Wright game is better than the pursuit music in the second and the third game. That's crazy. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You. No! Who turned on that fan? Order! Order! Could it be? That's nothing but a... May I say something, Madam Fey? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. The bottle necklace. It's a necklace with a bottle. Okay. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Oh, you mean after you gave the, okay, yeah, after you gave the necklace that had it in it to Phoenix. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find the suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof gladly. Proof? She got me good with that. No, she didn't. We have proof. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Fey. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're gonna lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're gonna accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where's the container the poison was carried in? Bam. No hesitation. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? That's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. What? But that's... that's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Fey? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th. Very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I bet it's 2 teaspoons. I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. I bet it's also 2 teaspoons worth. No! Order! Order in the court! Oh my goodness, here we go again. On behalf of Dahlia, I object. You're such an idiot. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. How on earth did Mia let Phoenix become like her understudy after all this? Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Because he's an idiot. Why? Because I'm madly in love with her? Sucks to be you, bro. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... It's to get the... It's not because she's madly in love with him. It's either to get the necklace back or to keep him quiet. She doesn't need to keep him quiet because he doesn't know anything. It's to get the necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Wah, what a baby. Phoenix, you're 21 years old, bro. Mia, are you all right? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry after him. What is happening? Mia, are you all right? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no, what is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Oh, he ran into her, that's what, okay. Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? To be continued, maybe? Oh, no, never mind. Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. What? You what? You ate it. Bro, that was an entire necklace. How? How did you eat that? Did you see how wide it is at the... It's not in my thing anymore. Did you see how wide it is? Like where the heart is? And like it's got like sharp edges? Are you insane? You should be dead. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But you chewed it? What? Oh. What the? What? Why did Mia ever work with this idiot? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? Yeah, I mean, he should die, to be honest. That bottle you swaddled may have had some poison left in it. Deserved. Seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more likely a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. It's been 8 months. There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place so much faith in Mr. Wright. Oh. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Dumb, idiot, stupid, moron, dumb, idiot face. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fey, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. I cannot believe that Phoenix chewed and swallowed that necklace. Even after I proved so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Hold it, by the way. Is that Phoenix? Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. Is Doug Swallow's name a pun on don't swallow because of the poison in this case? Oh my goodness. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying? Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Uh-oh. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. Oh, so he just explained it all. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Oh, get pushed. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. One more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dahlia was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dahlia. Your Honor, the defendant is. Miss Fey, you tell him. Dahlia didn't do it, she's innocent. She's guilty, bro. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fey. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore. Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? Who was she planning to kill when she stole the poison the day before Doug? It's got to be Doug or Phoenix, then. It's got to be Doug or Phoenix. She did kill Doug, but with the electricity. She was probably planning to kill Phoenix because he wouldn't give her back the bottle? It's one of the two of them. I'll guess Phoenix first and then Doug second if I'm wrong. There are the only two. The music didn't stop. I think it's Doug then. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was, never mind, the music stopped, I'm a genius, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Miss Hawthorne is not in love with Phoenix. We've been over this. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Honestly deserved. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence leaking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. I double-tapped X. That's my bad. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Face it, Phoenix. There's still no woman in this world that's willing to date you. Phoenix, what a joke you are. Oh, well, she's disgusted now. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? It's the end of the case in an Ace Attorney game, so now the person who is pretending not to be evil has to show that they're very evil and mean. Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? How does she command the butterflies? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Hold it. I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. Yeah, I doubt it. Phoenix does this all the time. The ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't believe it. No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fey. Or should I say Miss Gray? Miss Gray. Well, Miss Fey, can you provide evidence that would establish your guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. I'm gonna hit save real quick. This might be one of those times where it's like if you get it wrong, you insta-die. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible, you can't possibly. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one. If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. The cold medicine. It's the cold medicine. There's only one thing that Phoenix would be ingesting that she could easily get her hands on. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Haha, does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dahlia, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was gonna take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electric cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. Huh, I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey? Mia Fey? Oh, she mad. The butterflies died! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? She lost her eyeballs? Or her pupils, at least? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again, I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Why, yes? I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. What? Okay. There must be another case involving Dahlia, because there are some characters that I know about from the spoilers I've gotten that I haven't seen yet. So, woo! It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. Just get the cold medicine tested, idiot. Even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care, I'm Winston Payne. I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. What a loser. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yeah? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There, it's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? Well, you see, yeah. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Loser. My hair, it's flying. Oh my goodness, my beautiful hair, no. What a loser. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Fey? Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like, I couldn't read that fast enough. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dahlia. Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright. I still think he's guilty, to be honest. Not guilty. This court is adjourned. All right, it looks like we are going to get through this case just in time because we're just a little over 4 hours now. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought... I'm not reading that. Not reading that. Anyway, this really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks, you know, I was thinking. Go on. The Dahlia that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dahlia I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. You're an idiot! Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right, that's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more, try to grow up a little. You're 21, bro. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Yeah, well, his friend is Larry, so. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. Then why are you majoring in art? That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help, and if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fey, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Well, depends. Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other someday. Why does it keep skipping dialogue? It's because I'm pressing X to speed the dialogue, but then it's also like insta-filling sometimes. That's annoying. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. Man, I wish that Mia was still the protagonist. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, I always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Well, I think that evidence is your greatest weapon. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to their words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories in. Good tutorial mission. Good tutorial case. That was a fun one. I enjoyed it. Turnabout Memories. Ah, the stolen Turnabout. All right, all right. I've seen images of this guy before. I think his name is Godot. My friend Doc says that Godot is his favorite character, so I look forward to seeing what happens there. But also, hear me out, what if instead of playing as Phoenix, we just got to play as Mia more? I think that she is a way more compelling protagonist than Phoenix is. All right, the Stolen Turnabout. We will come back to this next time. For all of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We're finally in Trials and Tribulations, and we've already finished the tutorial episode. So hopefully we can get through the rest of them in a decent speed. We'll see. Oh, stretch. If you want to catch streams live, link to my Twitch channel description. I'd love to see you there. Or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate your support either way. And until next time, farewell.